Hey Libra, welcome to my channel, Heart to Heart Love Messages. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So today I have a love message from your person. This message will pick up on how your person is currently feeling about you, how they're currently viewing you, and your connection, as well as what is their mental and emotional process at this time. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message from your angels. So the first message we have here is open up to me. Divine Feminine, your energy is coming through with this card here. You may not be aware of this, but something about your energy is coming off very mysterious at this time. It's almost as if your silence is very, very loud, okay? And your energy is speaking to your person in ways that it never has before. It's almost as if they can sense a shift in your overall demeanor, and it has them a little worried, okay? So at this time, there's a masculine in your energy field who is really trying to read you, okay? And they feel that there's something off about your energy. For some reason, they may feel that you're acting a little out of the ordinary, and it's making them want to do something that they've never done before. It's actually making them want to question you. And I'm getting that they've never really felt the need to do this with you because of the way that you operate in this connection. You may be someone who is very, very straight up with them, but this is someone that also knows you well enough to know that there are times when you definitely allow your energy to speak for you. And this is one of those times. So whatever it is that you're doing, it really has their undivided attention. And it's actually making them wonder if you even know how you're coming off, okay? And how they're reading your actions. It's like they can feel like you want to express something to them, but you're not doing it for some reason. And you're literally choosing to allow their minds to wander. This is definitely making them zone in on you a lot more than usual, okay? But what's coming through clear here is that something about your energy has shifted. And it's almost like they're beginning to notice things about you that they don't know how to directly address at this time. And it could be drastically changing the way that they feel about everything tied to you and your connection. So if you're wondering what your person is up to, they're actually trying to figure out what's on your mind. So if there's any way that they can watch you, they're definitely taking advantage of this. I'm also getting something here about nonverbal cues as well. So they may even be picking up on very subtle things about you that other people may overlook. But because they know you on a deeper level, they're definitely assessing every single thing you do at this time. And they're doing this to use this as confirmation to justify why their feelings are changing about you and your connection. So based on how you're currently presenting at this time, this could definitely be the reason why they want to take a certain action towards you. What's also sticking out here is that this is typically not an impulsive masculine energy, okay? They're very, very thorough when it comes to making decisions, especially ones that will affect their future in some way. And they're choosing to address you in this way because both of you are actually very, very similar in emotional expression. So they may feel that it's best for them to be kind of cautious in the way that they handle this with you, okay? I definitely feel like this may be a heads up in some way to let you know that your person is drawing very close to you at this time, whether this be physically or energetically, because something is making them very suspicious of you, Divine Feminine. Yeah, their energy is coming through very serious. So this is someone who takes this connection with you very, very seriously. But more importantly, they take their emotions seriously. This is a masculine energy who definitely has you in your own category. So everything about the way that they treat you is vastly different than the way they have engaged any other feminine energy. And this is not something that they even try to do, okay? This is something that comes very, very natural to them. And it's definitely tied to the way that you make them feel. But their energy is coming across as someone who requires a certain level of treatment when it comes to you, or just when it comes to feminine energy in general, okay? So whether you know it or not, something that you're doing at this time is actually changing the dynamic of your connection. And this energy is letting your masculine know everything that they need to know about you, okay? And also about where your connection is headed, okay? Let's get the next message here. So the next message we have here is, I'm wearing my pain. Okay, so when this card comes out, it points to a masculine who is very, very good with hiding their emotions, okay? So there may have been plenty of times where you were looking in their eyes, or maybe you were on the other side of the phone with them, and what they were saying to you was totally different from what they were actually feeling on the inside. And this is not something that your person does to be malicious or deceptive. This is something that they're doing as a form of protection. So this is someone who has very intense emotions for you, Divine Feminine, so much so that they've had to learn how to navigate them. And when this card comes out, it highlights that there's been a big shift in the way that their emotions are showing up towards you. So whatever it is that they're trying to conceal is beginning to show. And it's showing in ways that they can't really hide. So in their face, their mood, their tone, also in their energy and their body language. And this is the result of extreme repression around their heart space. This may be very, very triggering for them, because this is a masculine energy who kind of prides themselves on being stoic or even being in control, especially when it comes to you. It's like whatever you throw at them, they seem highly unfazed. But if they were to be honest with you, they feel every single thing that's connected to you with great intensity. And it's actually a task for them to keep these things hidden from you. So whatever they're picking up in your energy field is making it very hard for them to conceal the way that they feel. And this is why they want to question you, or they want to kind of dig deeper, because they have become exposed in some sense. And their inner world is becoming so loud that it literally feels like they're wearing their hearts on their sleeves, okay? So this definitely explains why they feel like they have to take a more calculated approach, because they're already on edge, okay? And it's tied to something that they're picking up in your aura. So even if you're at a distance from them at this time, and depending on how energetically bonded you are, you may be picking up on this as well, Divine Feminine. You may be at this place where you literally feel your person pulling on your energy, but you may not know exactly why, or even what it is that you're doing that's triggering them in this way, okay? Something is definitely hitting your person's emotional body very, very hard right now. Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message we have is, I mishandled you. Okay, so that explains it. And there's a very emotional undertone with this card here. So if you're wondering, or if you've been wondering what your masculine is feeling about you at this time, this pretty much explains it. This is someone that you've pulled your energy back from in the recent past, Divine Feminine. So there's been a drastic change in the way you communicate with one another. Things have slowed down a lot in this connection. And at the time, your person tried to act as if it didn't faze them at all. This is someone that definitely made you question whether they were as affected as you were, okay? Maybe you felt like they even took it way easier than you did. But what's interesting is that this actually touched them way more than you think. This is someone that knows they mishandled you in some way, but they also feel like you're making them pay for it in some way. But what's blowing their mind right now, Divine Feminine, is that you're doing this in a way that's very different than they're used to. The way that you're doing this is what actually has their mind all over the place, because this is someone that was not prepared for you to actually pull back. This is a masculine energy that knows the power of your presence. This is someone who knows how good it feels to be around you or to just have your energy be a part of their lives, but they were not prepared to feel the power of your absence. And this is what's catching them completely off guard. They may even feel like you're using this to your advantage, okay? For some of you who are in low contact, you may have a very specific way of acknowledging your person that's really driving them crazy at this time. Because it's like, although you still engage them, you keep them guessing when your energy or your attention is elsewhere. And this is what's making them become a little suspicious of you, okay? You may not know this, but you are definitely becoming a weak spot for your person. And they're kind of playing this guessing game with you, kind of trying to figure out what's behind every interaction that you have. This is someone that would describe you as a feminine energy who is very, very hard to ignore. So even when there's tension in the connection, they can't help but to still want your company or to simply hear your voice. And honestly, the way the energy is coming through, they are going through it behind the scenes, okay? And they're afraid of you knowing just how much you're affecting them and their personal lives. And they've been trying their hardest to conceal this, but they can't stop thinking of you. And their emotions are beginning to show in the most random ways. So this may explain why their energy is coming through so intense. This is someone who also gets nervous whenever there's too much space between you two. So they may be playing things over and over in their mind about you, even if they have no real reason to. It's almost as if their thoughts begin to wander, but they come right back to feeling like it's their fault for mishandling you in some way. And a lot of this is tied to your nature, Divine Feminine, okay? So this is someone who really, really views you as a catch, but they have no idea where you are right now as it pertains to this connection. And it's making them go back and forth between being completely emotional and sad to being absolutely pissed, okay? That's just how the energy is coming through, okay? So they are holding back a little because they understand that they played a part in this in some way. But they really, really miss you, okay? This is someone that misses everything about you. They miss your energy. They miss your presence. They miss your input, okay? There's something very powerful that you bring to this connection, something very nurturing, Divine Feminine. And it's really hard for your person to face you, but it's also like their energy is drawn so close to you at this time that you may definitely feel it. Okay, let's get the next message here. So the next message we have here is, we crossed the line. Wow. If you're resonating with this message so far, there is something very, very interesting happening with the direction of your connection, okay? And this is giving you a closer look at what your masculine's inner dialogue is like at this time. Your masculine has all of a sudden become concerned with external energy. And they may never express this to you, but deep down they feel like you may be secretly considering other options. And this has their attention because you're not announcing this or even making it very obvious. But they're holding back as well because they understand that they played a part in the way that you're currently moving, Divine Feminine. There's also something coming through here about access. And this is what's making them a little angry. They suddenly feel like you are way too accessible, okay? And the idea of anyone having a certain level of access to you is driving them crazy. There's a very territorial energy coming through with this card as well. And it's a direct response to something your masculine is picking up in your field. So the distance, the projections, all of this energy coming from your masculine is a direct reflection of what you're feeling internally, Divine Feminine. But when they get the opportunity to speak with you, this is definitely what they want you to know. They want you to know that they literally refuse to go back to living their life the way they were prior to you. This is someone who has become invested in you in ways that they don't even understand at this time. So much so that it's physically impossible for them to go backwards. And if they were being 100% honest, they have always felt like there's some type of unspoken agreement between the two of you. And this is why they're so concerned with your energy, because they're assuming that you're going back on this agreement. They may even feel like you're trying to make someone fit into a space that's only designed for them, okay? And they want you to know that it's impossible. This is someone who is well aware that no one compares to you, but they also know that no one compares to them as well. This is a very, very confident masculine energy. But what's coming through here is that there's something solid underneath their level of confidence. It's almost as if they have proof of this. Maybe you've told them this, okay, in conversation, or they just know who they are to you on a deeper level. And it keeps them connected to you in ways that they can't really understand, okay? So while they're experiencing what it feels like to live without you, this is definitely triggering them, but it's triggering them in a good way. It's making them realize that regardless of what it is that you've been through, your connection cannot end because they're unable to go back to their previous life. In some way, it's becoming clear to them that this is a connection that is a physical manifestation of something completely otherworldly. Something that they can't really put into words, but they can feel in a very real way. And if they were to describe it to you, it just feels like you both have crossed the point of no return, okay? And I'm getting a dual energy with this card here. So this is picking up on something that you both feel, but maybe you haven't had the opportunity to verbalize this to one another. But deep down, there's something telling you that this is something that can't be duplicated or recreated with any other person. It's only reserved for the both of you. And deep down, they wonder if they are the only ones that feel this way, okay? They wonder if you've even considered letting them go or moving on, okay? Their mind is literally all over the place. But this is definitely giving you a closer look at their innermost thoughts when it comes to you and your connection. Something higher than them, they feel, is keeping them from moving on because they feel like they went way too far with you, or that you've taken your connection to the point of no return. And what's interesting is that they tried so hard to hide this because of how intense it was. But I'm getting clearly that the things that they've experienced with you, it's unlike anything they've ever seen before, Divine Feminine. It's like every single barrier that they tried to put up, you knocked it down. Every single thing that they wanted to hold back from you had a very, very weird way or random way of coming to the surface. Yeah, there's like a very mysterious element that you bring to this connection, Divine Feminine. And although there are times when your person may pull back from you, it's not for the reason that you may think, okay? This is the energy of someone who has had to learn you, okay? They're learning how to love someone of your energetic makeup. And they're currently making the connection that there's something highly spiritual linking the both of you together. And it may be hard for them to put that in words, but if they were to describe it, it just feels like they're breaking all the rules, or they're crossing all the lines that they set in place for every other connection. So they're very, very aware that this is something different, and they can't hide this anymore, even if they wanted to, because every single thing that they feel for you is literally coming up to the surface, okay? And it's happening this way because they have tried to keep so much of what they feel for you repressed for so long. Let's get the next message here. The next message we have here is, you are my person. Divine Feminine, there are things that your masculine knows about you without even understanding how they know them. And you being the feminine energy, oftentimes you are the receiver of a lot of these very spiritual, very powerful type of downloads. But your person is beginning to feel on a much deeper level. And this means that their chakra system is definitely becoming a lot more expressive. This is someone who has spent the duration of your connection trying to find physical evidence of what you know to be true emotionally. But what's being highlighted here is the difference in how you and your person come to the same truth. So this masculine energy, they kind of operate almost opposite to you. What they see and understand in the physical is usually just what it is, okay? If it makes logical sense to them, then they don't really feel a need to challenge it. But this is where your energy, or the overall energy of your connection, comes in. You are literally the person who opens them up to the unseen realm. And in this way, that state of being becomes a real part of their world. This is what happens when you merge energetically. So in a sense, you both came together to challenge a certain standard that you were living by or acting out as it pertains to love. And when this was triggered, it naturally initiated a separation period. And this is all the twin flame journey really is. It's seeing yourself so clearly in another person that it will either do one or two things. It can pull you closer, or it can repel you like a magnet. But the key here is asking what it is that you're seeing in the other person, because whatever it is, it's usually something that needs to be healed and integrated. And this is what creates this natural flow of aligning and then separating to heal. And the amount of time that it takes for you to realign is really dependent upon the level of healing that needs to take place. But the key here is that it's all about how you see yourself. So Divine Feminine, it's safe to say that you are beginning to see yourself clearly. And this may be a time in your life where you're aware of the higher purpose of your connection. And regardless of what you've been through with your person, you're no longer in this place of letting it consume you to the point that it starts to distort your view of yourself. And it requires a level of experience to live life in a way that says, yes, I have this connection, it's very important, and it's tied to me in a way that I can't control, but I'm no longer going to look at this other being to determine my worth, because I already know who I am. And when you stand in that, that's when the shift happens, okay? So many feminine energies find themselves in painful situations within this dynamic for this reason here. It's almost like they're waiting for the external validation, or waiting for another being to tell them who they are. But the true magic is really knowing this within yourself. And you've gotten to this point in your connection, Divine Feminine, where you understand who you are and what you represent, and you're not doubting what it is that you know to be true. And this is having a very powerful effect on the masculine, okay? So essentially, as you awaken, your energy and your openness is naturally reflected in your chakra system. So no matter where you are, your person will receive this information from you. This is all about the transference of energy. It's very, very real. And in this type of connection, you cannot overlook the potency of energy. It's very, very loud, and it oftentimes communicates better than you can, okay? So with this card here, you are my person, this is what your energy is reading. And in turn, your masculine is mirroring that truth back to you. And honestly, that's the best way for them to come into this awareness, by themselves or with the help of the Most High in the universe. But by you assuming your position as the feminine energy, this is their natural and innate response. This also explains why they're suddenly responding to your energy in this way, why they may feel so protective over you, or why they're concerned with who is in your energy. Because although they're not physically there, your energy is still reading confident. It's still reading secure and love, okay? And there's something here about the energy of love. This is all about your heart space. So the fact that they can feel your energy, Divine Feminine, and know that you are radiating love without external validation, this makes you irresistible in every way, okay? Not only to your masculine, but to all masculine energy. And this explains why your energy has them on edge a little bit right now. Because when you live from this place, your energy is felt, okay? So if you're resonating with this, you are definitely right in the center of a major breakthrough with your masculine. And this is definitely giving you a closer look at how they're trying to focus this energy in order to let you know that they know that you are their person as well, okay? There's heavy, heavy mirroring happening within this connection here. And it's very, very beautiful how whatever happens inside of you internally, Divine Feminine, your person naturally will mirror this externally. That's why they feel like they're wearing their hearts on their sleeves, okay? Why all of their emotions are coming to the surface, and why they feel very, very touchy around this energy of your connection right now, because of the vibration that you're literally radiating from the inside. Let's get the last message here. Okay, so the last message we have here is, I can't trust anyone. Wow. So it feels like this reading is almost giving you a closer look at why your person feels the need to stay bonded to you in this way. They don't really trust anyone else, okay? And it's not because they don't want to or they haven't put in the effort to do so. It's because they feel like they physically just can't do it, okay? I just got very clearly, the heart wants what it wants. And the way this energy is coming through, it's almost as if their heart feels like it wouldn't open or even allow them to trust past a certain point. And this is pointing to people that they may have been in connections with prior to you. So this masculine energy is someone who had the belief that there are things that other people just can't be trusted with. That there may be parts of themselves that are sacred and reserved only for themselves. But you came into their lives and really changed that, Divine Feminine. And it was a complete shock to their system. And this is something that happens in all twin flame connections. And it usually hits the person who's unaware more intensely, because they're usually the one who's more inclined to run. And this is just a reaction to you and the connection that they don't even really understand. But the only thing that makes them stop and face their emotions is when they don't feel that erratic response from the divine feminine by way of the chakra system. So you play such a huge role in this divine feminine. And honestly, it feels like you're becoming more clear of your position. So in a way, you've made this masculine stop to face themselves and realize that they were never even running from you, okay? They were actually running from themselves. And they were really running from the thing that they've always wanted, which is someone that they can trust and someone who gets them. And this realization is making them feel some pretty heavy emotions at this time. Emotions that you probably can pick up on. But I'm getting mostly frustration for not fully understanding how to navigate this connection with you. Yeah, your person is realizing so much about you at this time. But what's sticking out to them the most is that the way your energy meshes with theirs is very organic, okay? So nothing about this connection I'm tapping into is forced in any way. And the more they are away from you, the more this becomes evident. And the more it makes them want you and only you. So if you're wondering what your masculine is up to, they are definitely unpacking a lot of things about themselves that they kept repressed for a very, very long time. And the fact that they can feel such a powerful shift in your energy has them a little nervous, but it also has them excited to think about building a future with you. It's like the energy you're radiating at this time is making them want to be closer to you, okay? It's very, very magnetic and it's very powerful. And it's almost like they're wanting to experience more of this version of you, okay? Divine Feminine, I'm also getting very, very clearly that whatever you're doing in your personal life, okay, is contributing to this energetic shift in a major, major way. It's really working for your benefit, not only in your connection, but in your overall life as well. And it's making you look and feel more beautiful, okay? It's like you're radiating this very powerful, loving energy, and it's really increasing your magnetism. So continue to pour love into yourself in the way that you have been lately, because the universe is literally responding to this vibration. And it's going to continue to bring you more favorable experiences in love and in your personal life as well. But what's highlighted here is that this is having a major, major effect on your masculine. It's almost bringing them towards you by way of your energy. Okay, this is very, very beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.